Yes.
Sussurros. I cannot roll my R's, and I apologize. Del Vale.
I am
Whispers from the Veil. It's a talent. I can't do it. This is taking place in the world of Greyhawk, a fantasy world created some 50 years ago by creators whose legacies lives on to this day. Um, as a warning, this is a game that can also explore mature themes, and while we'll be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, or other topics. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be. Players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode when you feel ready. Some acknowledgements to Roll20, a popular browser-based virtual tabletop platform for tabletop role-playing games. Tabletops, I should fix that. So DemiPlane, a platform that connects TTRPG fans to make games better with high-quality tools that enhance the ways games can be played, shared, and explored. To Legendary Games, a company that creates third-party support products for D&D 5e, aiming to provide the best possible campaign enhancements. And we are proud to announce that we're on board the affiliate program with Arkenforge, an amazing virtual tabletop and map-making software, and Rogue Energy Gaming Drinks. Using the promo code WOULDBEHEROES, all caps, no spaces, for $5 off your Arkenforge order or 10% off your Rogue Energy drink. So, before we hop into it, let's introduce our cast. Starting from, and my screen as always seems to be changed. Let's go right beneath me and go around. Kristen.
Hi, I am Kristen, and I'm playing Tinda. Tinda is a druid, Iwakwa. So she is a parrot humanoid.
Also a druid, which we'll find out in a minute.
Yes.
John.
Hey, hi. I'm Sean. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing Saz, who is a big, hulking coward of a Goliath, and is also a warlock. You know, we haven't explored that much, but there are things afoot. Feet. Okay. Anyways.
Oh, we have plans for that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Lore.
I know.
Hi, I'm Lore. I'm playing a gnome rogue, old lady troublemaker. Both our pronouns are she, her, and yeah, more smart than charming.
I mean, welcome. Arnie.
Hi there, I'm Arnie. I go by the His series, and I am playing Crux, a paladin who is also a warforged made of clay and roots and vines, and who is very gullible in a way, but has a sense of justice.
Even he doesn't even know where he gets his sense of justice.
Right. That's right.
But I know, and you know. But they don't know. But they'll find out. So, what can we say about what has happened? Bonus points, bonus XP to anybody who remembers. No. Last episode, last game, we were picked up where we had left off before, at the Lantern Street Orphanage, where our heroes were conducting an impromptu investigation regarding the disappearance of some children from the Lantern Street Orphanage. And the mystery seemed to just deepen as far as they went. Children disappearing from the second floor, no forced entry, no means of egress or exit of any kind. The children were locked into their room, and then when the headmistress / caretaker woke up in the morning to release the children, the lock was in place. So there was no evidence of children even leaving, other than the fact that a head count noted that there were 4 gone. Speaking with the cook, didn't get a lot of information other than the fact that maybe he's a bit more loved than the headmistress, which I guess is understandable. Speaking with the janitor, revealed that he does a little bit of underhanded work on the side and was paid to watch one of the children. By coincidence, one of the children that happened to have been disappeared, but would never hurt them and would never have agreed to hurt, which left our heroes lacking a specific direction, if not for the keen eye of Nesh, the gnome rogue with wisdom behind her years, who realized that the locks themselves were very intricate, and all of the doors. Inquiry into that path led our heroes to the identity of the locksmith, Gelv, whose domicile they promptly went to visit as a clue, making an attempt to visit Gelv, Keegan Gelv specifically, led to a certain difficulty to get through the door. He didn't want to see anyone. But persistence won the day. The adventurers found their way into the door despite Keegan Gelv's protests, and they proceeded to ransack his place. No. They snooped around and found a mysterious being skulking, about the place, and did not approve of their presence. They didn't approve of it, and a battle ensued, the first battle of the game, through which our heroes emerged triumphant through the skin of their teeth. No, you didn't do that badly. It was great. And now you have some added mystery to this. As Keegan Gelv had explained to you last week, that, or I guess 2 weeks ago, that they have his familiar, you see, which is why he did what he did. We never got to that part of the did what he did because the attack happened and everything else. So, but however, before we get to that point, I think, honestly, because I'm one of those DMs that's kind now and mean and terrible later. So, I feel that everyone here has done enough inquiry, experience, rolling of abilities, rolling of attacks, etc., that I'm going to allow everyone to boost to level 2 at this point. So, for those watching, there's a bit of a process on D&D Beyond. If you're following along, I like that, sketch show where you basically follow along. Anyways, you have the character sheet in front of you. You can click up on the top left where your character profile picture is and your name, and right next to it is a little teeny box that says manage. You click on that, it will send you over to a little pop-up window on the right you can click Manage Character and Levels, and that will send you back to the character builder. From there, you can scroll up or down, what have you, and you can add a level in the class that you're already taking, or you can add another class if you qualify for it. Ooh, I went all blurry there. As for hit points, I am nothing if not a benevolent overlord, and I'm allowing basically a roll with the promise of at least half. So if you roll less than the midpoint, you get the half number. Simply because I have found that D&D is can be exceptionally cruel depending on how things go, and the difference between a half number and say like rolling a 2 or a 3 in some cases is literally 1 point or 2 points, so it's not that big of a difference. So what we can do, can open that up and everybody can roll. You might actually be able to roll D&D Beyond. How do we do that? I'm not sure how we actually roll hit points.
What are hit points again?
You're a warlock, so you're a D8.
Not letting me roll in the hit point box, but can I roll a d10?
You can absolutely roll a D10. What it'll probably end up doing when you level up, it will automatically assign you a minimum, or the midpoint, the average. And from that, what we can do is we can either basically have you roll, and if your roll is different, then we can adjust it accordingly, based on what the rolls are. There's a trick to that too.
Woohoo.
What should I roll?
You will roll a D8, a 1D8.
Okay.
So if my roll is coming out lower, then
You will get average.
I would just take the average.
Yep.
Okay.
And same for Tinda. Because your average for a D8 would be 4.5 according to the mathematics, or they round it up to 5. So the average roll, quote quote, for a D8 in this game is 5. Which is what would be great, because as soon as you take the level, it'll just automatically assign you the average.
5. Okay.
It should. So, unless you did already and I haven't looked at it.
Okay. So I think I should be at 14 because it gave me 15, but I rolled lower. So.
Oh, hold on. What is your Constitution bonus?
I'm gonna see. +1.
8, 1 is 9, and 5 on the dice would be 14, plus 1 is 15. No, you're right. It's good.
Oh, okay.
Because it also takes your Constitution into effect as well.
Okay. Thank you.
So what we'll have to do as well, so that's fine, Druid level 2. So, as a Druid, you also get a Wild Companion that you can summon.
Okay.
Essentially a nature spirit. It's a familiar.
Okay. Nice.
So it's a celestial thing from the plane. Remember the name of the plane? Feywild.
Okay.
And then you can read all about your wild shape, and you get to choose a primal order. I think you've done so. That was your first level. Never mind. Ooh, Saz gets a 5 as well. So Crux, you're the only one that we have to play with a little bit here.
I had to do an override, right?
So which will be fine, but unfortunately, because we're doing override, that will be the way we assign you hit points from now on, instead of just expecting it to take half, because it's going to not give you any rolls
I see.
once you override,
Understood.
which is fine, because the end result is still the same. We'll just have to keep track of what the rolls were. Based on what you have and what you then earn. So, does anyone have any questions about any of their new abilities?
No, I'm good.
Mine is simple. Escape. Hide.
I got protection.
Oh, but you can do slightly different stuff though now with the sneak attack die now, right? You can add it into family stuff, or is that later?
The sneak I had already, actually.
Yep. But can't you do something else with it now? Or is that future levels?
I don't think it changes.
That's level 5.
Yeah, not yet.
But you get to do some extra fancy stuff by spending sneak attack die.
Yep.
Like adding poison. Or knocking something out. Oh no, that's later. Level 14. Okay. So, how's it feel? Level 2.
Whoa.
Very exciting.
Little
so
less
strong now?
squishy, maybe, but who knows?
Slightly less squishy.
Like, we'd still get squashed underneath the giant's foot.
You still will at level 2. But
Says the half giant.
so, as you mill about in the room, standing over the remains of something, this creature, what is your next move? What's your next action?
Oh, I just
Plan.
shut the door, to make sure nobody else gets in.
I mean, it's a curtain.
I think just shut
I'll
the
go-
outside door, yeah.
Oh yeah, that. Yep.
What was this creature? It was pretty hard to hit.
Keegan looks shaken. He's not sure what to how to react at this point. He's okay. You killed it, which is good. But yeah.
I'll go get him the sack that I saw.
But they still have my familiar, which is not great. But
Just what exactly have you gotten yourself involved in here, Keegan?
glad you asked. Okay. All right. Where are we here? Do. Yeah. I don't know. I inherited this business from my dad, and that was a long time ago, and I was just living my life, doing my thing. I was learning magic. I was doing a little bit of learning to be a bit of a wizard. I have a familiar. Have a familiar, and well, it all happened probably a month or two ago, and everything just kind of went south, and because everything came up from below, and he kind of stumps over to move that guy out of the way. I'm just putting him there. He comes over to a panel underneath the stairs, or basically in the sort of in the block where the stairs would be, sort of thing. The cupboard under the stairs, as it were. And he kind of pushes a wooden panel in, and a door slides open. And below is a staircase leading down. Now look, I've never been there. My dad said, my dear old pop, he said never to go down there. Something about something bad having happened to the gnomes that lived there. And I figured I would just, respect the old man's wishes, and then locked up the door, blocked it up. I had some, furniture put in front of the door, and everything was fine. Just did my thing, made locks. I make pretty good locks, and I didn't. There was no problems for years, and then suddenly something came out from the door under the stairs, and everything went to hell. They kidnapped my familiar, and then they basically made me give them keys.
Keys to what?
To the locks.
Which lock?
All of them.
So all of your locks are currently compromised.
They have a skeleton key. So yeah.
And this is the people that came out from the door, the secret door.
Yeah, those guys, and he points to the cloaked yet invisible creature.
Still invisible?
Kind of. It's almost like it's translucent, and it's sort of there but not there. It's not like it's like an amoeba where you can see through it. It's more faded.
I will go and investigate this thing. If it's still in that sort of thing, space, even though it's like dead, I'll go and check the body for sure.
Sure.
Or what I think is the body.
It's humanoid. It's gangly and sort of. It's almost goblinoid in feature, in the sense where it's got hard, sharpened teeth, hard, pointed ears, sort of thing. Very angular, very sort of long, spindly limbs and long, sort of bony fingers. But it's almost like you've taken the image and sort of reduced its opacity by half. If anybody knows anything about Photoshop,
Right.
and it's literally it's basically you can see through it, and it's more visible than it was when it was alive. So it has a certain level of potentially conscious control over whether it wants to be seen. But for the most part, the entire creature is translucent.
So weird. Do
These
I know
things
what
talk?
this is?
Do you know what this is? I'm going to give everybody who wants to a Arcana. Roll Arcana.
Okay.
And you're going to need a high roll for this one.
It was almost a crit.
Higher than a 20?
Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. You, of anybody. Okay. I was just thinking, it's like, how am I going to get through this? But then I remembered your patron.
Oh.
Roll
no, I don't
twice by
remember.
mistake. Sorry.
We changed that. All right, never mind. So you vaguely recall. Oh, nice. 21. All right. So,
Oh, wow. Did I give him a plus
we'll
7?
say
Okay.
that and Arnie Crux got an 18. We'll say that Nesh was not paying attention.
Yeah,
Her mind wandered
just,
off. You're checking the locks in
Yeah.
the middle of the room. There's 3
Yeah.
chests in the middle of the room, just sitting there.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I definitely want to check out the locks on those.
Yeah.
See,
It's like either three chests or 3 gnome coffins.
I mean, I took the keys off the table in the other room. Do those keys just work on these locks?
You might you want to give me a sleight of hand check if you want to not get caught doing it.
Sure.
But for everyone else, I will give this one to Crux as well, because in various forms, in various states, in various stories.
Yeah, that's how I
you've
felt
all-
about that.
Oh, my.
Natural 20. Very nice. All right, I will get to
Yeah.
that in a moment. Various stories based around legends, or various stories based around the creation of the world sometimes, or the unexplainable things that are blamed on other creatures or other worldly things, have a common scapegoat of sorts, in a sense, where the Fae, or the Feywild specifically, where they live, or creatures like them, tend to sort of manifest. And of course, there's a good Fae and a bad Fae, and there are gloaming, which is sort of a shadowed Fey realm, or the Shadow Fey, the Unseelie Court, sort of all these sort of little snippets for people, depending on what you've been told and how, in a sense where the goblins, um, which are Fey now, by the way, 2024. They are no longer humanoids or goblinoids. They now are Fey. So, with that in mind, the Fey realm has an effect on everyone that experiences it in some way, shape, or form. Most have reported some kind of temporal anomaly where months pass, where only days pass in the other realm, or vice versa, and the effects tend to be more malevolent the darker the Fey goes, essentially, such that the trees are twisted, the plants are poisonous, the creatures far more malevolent, including creatures such as these, which are, you suspect, if you could guess, called skulks, which are essentially sort of goblin-like creatures that have sort of succumbed to a certain influence of the Feywild to basically twist their visage, make them less noticeable, but at the same time turn them even more malevolent than they were before.
Ah, this looks like a skulk.
Whatever that is. Do they? So they talk?
I'm pretty sure that they do.
Huh. This one didn't.
And
Which
it's
of the
probably
three
not gonna.
chests were you fiddling with, Nesh?
I can't have all three.
I know.
Let's say that
Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3.
door number 2.
Middle one?
Yep.
Cool. Second chest. Oh, okay. There are. So you wait for an opportune moment to sort of pop it open, slip the lock, the key in the lock, mess with it. Wrong one. Slip another key in there. Click the lock very deftly, and you hold it just so that it doesn't even sound as it clicks. You're like exceptionally proud of this one. You slip and pop open the chest just enough to see locks.
All the locks. Yes.
There
Lock.
are stacks of locks.
All right. You got a locked chest with locks in it.
You mean
Locks.
You mean a locker room?
It does appear that way. And I'm just gonna be like, why are you locking up your locks?
I mean, what? I mean, it. Do you still have it open?
Yeah, sure. I'll just open it all the way at that point.
How did you get into that?
I'm sneaky. But the question is why? The question is why, sir? Why?
Why wouldn't you lock up your? You don't want just anybody having them. That's.
You have so many locks on the front door. That makes sense. You have your stuff, but within your own house, you lock the locks?
With inventory.
Starting to feel that your locks are not very good. My friend just got through your lock very easily, and you're locking your locks because you don't trust your locks? How good is that?
It's not like that. It's... Well, clearly... You... somehow bypassed my security. Those are locked chests. And the average individual can't get through my locks.
I mean, you're putting them on orphanages, so the target audience here is what, 7 years old?
Exactly.
This is
I'm
besides the
looking-
point. So they came up, they stole your familiar. How many of them have you seen?
Too many. Let me find the description of the things.
DM, I just want to say that we got a sub and some love from Brazil in the chat.
Yay!
Hey!
Thank you.
Love to Brazil!
We got, there's tall ones and short ones.
Okay.
What you can see of them, they're sort of the versions of that. Pointy-eared. When you can see them, they're I mean, some of them have hooves for feet.
Oh.
They always seem to be
And-
wearing those cloaks, and they always seem to be speaking some language I don't know.
Oh.
Tall ones
think
usually
you might
have rapiers. The short ones have daggers. And my familiar is somewhere. He's still alive because I can see. I can know he's alive. So he's within a mile. But I don't know. I can't see anything.
What kind of a creature is your familiar?
It's a weasel.
So they took your keys. For why? Do you know?
To break and enter and get into places, I guess.
Do they bring stuff back through your tunnel under the stairs?
I don't know.
Not that
Do
you've
they-
seen. You purposefully don't see? Or
I've not seen.
okay.
How often do they come and go?
Every couple of days.
And have you recognized some of them? Would you be able to say that, oh, this person keeps coming, or is it more of a like, oh, there's like a new person every time?
I never take that long of a look. Oh, sorry. Not a weasel. My mistake. He's a rat.
Oh,
I don't
Familiar.
trust rats.
Well, that thing hurt
can't just-
quite a bit. Oh, go ahead. What did he say?
That's the worst part. I can't dismiss him. Normally, you can dismiss familiars.
I was gonna ask, do you think he's day, it is still on the same plane of existence right now?
Well, I can sense, but I can't sense where.
I think you might have a gateway in your basement. To the Fae.
Well, that's not good.
Should we look
Before
into
we-
that?
No, but it's just that these, whatever this person is, and hooves indicate some sort of like more Fae creatures. This creature is also clearly Fae. They probably aren't living in his basement, you know. Uh, so they probably come from somewhere.
They're probably in Zaradun.
What is Saradun?
That's the place my dear old dad said never to go.
Saradun.
So I've never gone.
Have I heard the word Saradun before?
Are you from the region?
I know I'm not from the immediate
Yeah,
jungle.
you're not.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've
you're
been
not.
here for like, 7-8 years now, but no, more than that. Yeah,
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean,
It's-
I am, or not
You would
directly
have.
this region. Yeah.
Nesh would have. Nesh would know that Zaradun, spelt with a JZ, AR, or Zadirun, sorry, JZADIRUNE, is a former gnomish enclave. That was sort of a little, not a fortress, but sort of a not a safe place, but a place where the Hold on, give me a map. Pass the map. Give me a the gnomes, the architects and artisans that lived here a generation or two ago that helped build a lot of the foundation of what became the city of Cauldron, basically, up through the various layers of the caldera. Found some time and sort of carved out their own little section that they kept sort of slightly separated from everyone else because xenophobia always happens. Just to be sure, the Enclave, they named it after its creator, Zadarun, and it became a bit of a haven for magic crafters. You'd heard that the Zadarun had died very shortly after finishing this project, but the gnomes that were there continued his legacy, and they basically made a bit of a go at essentially magic crafting. Magic clothes, magic items, wands, wizarding delights here and there, and then something happened. 50, 70 years ago?
Okay, I was last in town 50 years ago, so probably longer ago than that.
Yeah. And you will then remember a bit of an exodus. Gnomes, around 70, 75 or so years ago, now that you're sort of thinking back, adding the numbers, there was an exodus of gnomes out of Cauldron moving to Sasserine.
Okay.
And they were like, nope, we're getting up, get out of here. Nope. And they were very determined to leave the entire volcano completely and as far behind them as they can. No real explanation. No one really talked about it. But no one really knew exactly why. And some speculate that a disease, because not all the gnomes left, but those who left. The rest never surfaced. And some are speculating that maybe they caught a disease, or there was a curse, or something happened, and the entirety of the settlement just sort of stopped being.
Okay, but would I know like where it had been?
More or less under Cauldron somewhere.
Just under Cauldron somewhere.
Essentially, yep.
All right. I think she hears that and she just kind of is like, rolls her eyes and she just sort of is like, well, you know. Yeah, what? You know, she rolls her eyes and she goes, you know, well, no good's gonna come of any gnome practicing magic. We all know that.
Well, nothing's come of my dabbling. I'm not trying to do anything what they did. No, it's what my dad says. But he tried to make a go of it here, but he said never to go back downstairs. And I never did. And I thought at that point it just became this weird closet space that I just wasn't allowed to go into as a kid. And then I forgot about it until something came back out.
Yeah, well, gnomes are meant to be tinkerers with objects, not with, you know, all of that. Give me a good lock any day.
Yeah, I agree. I can sell you some, though. You've seen the quality. They're pretty good.
I mean, they're good locks, but I have more interest in getting into them than putting them on things. To be quite frank. Keegan, let's get real super real for a minute. We came by because there are missing children at the orphanage.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So, this isn't petty thieving by some, you know, Zataroon gnomes. This is missing kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the trail from here goes, but we're either staking out to watch the next thievery coming out of your house, or you have some better clues for us, because
That's the only clues I got. If it's them, and
well,
I
unless you want
suspect
to
it's
think that
probably
other
them
people
because
are getting in
they
your
asked
locks.
for keys to all the expensive locks.
Have they said what they want or anything? Like, have they said
No.
anything?
They never said they threatened captured my familiar, and they threatened him, and they basically said that I give them keys or people were going to get hurt worse.
Does this creature have anything on it that could tell us more about it and where it's coming from, what it was trying to do? And then I would like to
Not really.
confer with Sean. Now Sean says and see like what he found. But like, what are the weapons? What is it wearing?
Oh yeah, I was looking at the body.
Let me find it. Where is he? Sort of goblinoid type features as I described. Skin is, or the entire body, semi-translucent. But generally not wearing any anything remarkable other than the cloak.
I will take the cloak off and see if that changes anything about the body.
Not really. The cloak itself becomes a bit more visible, like an actual cloak.
Okay, what does it look like?
It's like the magic inherent to the body itself rendered its accoutrements a bit more unnoticeable.
Okay. I will put the cloak on, and I will try and use Mask of Many Faces to make myself look like this creature, whatever I can see of it.
Cool.
How do I look?
Yeah, the challenging part for you is to try to render it
Yeah, because
so that you can make yourself look invisible, like semi-invisible. You can't quite get the invisibility. You can get a good approximation for what the creature kind of looks like, only it's a bit more visible than not.
Okay.
But your best guess. You think you did a pretty good job.
Okay.
And everyone else sees a roughly 4 foot tall, semi sort of goblinoid creature with spindly arms, where Saz used to be. Dun dun dun.
Have I seen Saz do that before?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure you get your incantations at 2, right?
No, you do get them at level 1, but like most of them have
you
at
get
least
another one. Yeah.
You get your pack stuff at level 1.
Right.
Which are now indications.
Where is Saz? What did you do with him?
I have eaten him.
Eat?
Yeah, I just roll my eyes.
Saz has been devoured.
I don't know.
Says, you realize the problem here is that they're going to believe you, right?
Hey, Saz, roll me a d20.
Oh, that's a natural 20. I don't know if that was good or bad.
Excellent. Well done. I'm glad I got that out of the way. Yeah, okay. Carry on.
I'll change my face to look like Ani this time. I'm like, it's me. Not Ani. Who's Ani? Crux. It's me.
Oh,
All right, you're pulling my leg. I thought you were. Hmm. So that's a thing you can do, and you never showed it to me?
It's something that's new. There was a little whisper in my head and said that, maybe you can try this. And so I thought I'd try it.
Well, now that I know it's you, I think that's a very nifty trick. So, nice.
Thank you. And like, it's like kind of like I'm taking a hat off, but it's like me just taking my face off, and it's replaced by my actual face with a hat, with
Nice.
my hat. And I just give a bow.
All right. So it looks like we can either storm the portal downstairs and walk into whatever this is, which may or may not help us, or we can wait for one of them to come out and try to trail it.
I'd like to
Do we-
investigate.
Do we want to send word to like the paladin from that temple and maybe have somebody just stand guard over the orphanage if we are planning to go down?
That's not a bad plan.
I mean, I'll lock it up after you're gone.
Oh, you
I mean, locking it up doesn't seem to keep the bad guys from coming
We'll
out.
figure out a way to lock that.
and how do we get out if we're locked in?
No.
I'm not worried about that part.
Knock once for yes, two for no.
In my experience, going into dark, dingy places is an easy way to get yourself killed.
And you never know if you're going to find the devil or the depths in there. And what if we need to escape very quickly,
I mean, so far you've had, it seems, exactly 0 luck of keeping Dave's skulk from coming out.
Not if I lock it from the outside.
And why didn't you do that after the first time they came out?
Because they grab my familiar.
Oh.
And he
That
visibly
seems like
kind
a-
of withdraws and shrinks a little.
I mean, whatever. I've made my opinions very clear on how I feel about practicing magic and having a familiar around. But it seems to me that given that people are going missing, maybe a immortal you pop it back to life eventually sort of creature is not a reason to not lock your doors when you lock your locks.
I'll make Poppy appear on my shoulder and I'll just look at him and be like, "It's okay. I understand.
I couldn't do that.
I understand. But I think, and I say this with all the kindness and good in my heart, that going down there is not a good idea. We've got children to save, you know?
Well, the question is, since we don't necessarily have the most reliable eyewitness, is will going downstairs be the fastest route to get to the children? For all we know, the children have been walking back with invisible skulk friends leading them right through the unlocked door that it wouldn't matter if it was locked anyway because they've got the key.
Oh yeah, they have the key.
And I also think that waiting around is not an option when the kids' lives could be at stake. So that's why I think that we need to take this more active approach of actually looking for them the way that we have, which is this stairwell that leads down, apparently, I think.
No. Down is dangerous. Down is bad. Down is really bad. Crux.
Well, then what's your proposal?
Well, I think we had a plan to, you know, stake out the place, wait for someone to come. See what happens tonight. Like, we don't even know if these things have anything to do with the kids. You know, they have a key, that's it. And but then what about like the whole thieves guild? You know, what about this elven person that has been kind of, you know, running the thieves guild, making them do stuff for them? Like, I don't think we have enough to go down this rabbit hole as it is.
I think if we're staking things out tonight, there's no reason not to walk down a flight of stairs and see what happens first while we've got all afternoon.
Well, the creature also came from upstairs. Is there anything else upstairs? I turned to Keegan to ask him. Was this creature
my
lodged
bedroom?
here?
No, they always send goons to make sure I don't do anything.
And the goon has like a room upstairs usually.
No, they just skulk around. Judging from the break-ins that I've heard about and the places, I have a very bad feeling that any other disappearances in town have been these guys too.
How many disappearances have you heard about recently, friend?
Six other ones?
Wait, why does nobody in the city? Why is no one in the city talking about this? And are they all like
Well,
children?
people come and go out of Cauldron all the time.
Are these children
Not
older
exactly a-
people?
It's not exactly a friendly city to some.
But
How
they were all
frequently
your
are
lot.
these things happening?
Missed that.
They were
All the
all
time.
your lots.
Yeah,
How
I
many?
tend to use that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and how frequently are these things happening?
One every couple weeks.
Okay.
I just started figuring it's probably a pattern, and they're probably using my keys because all the places that the disappearances have happened all seem to be ones that bought the expensive locks.
No, why would you tell us that?
I mean,
Well, I didn't know. Now,
No, I mean,
if they're stealing kids now, that's
no. Why did you tell us that? Because that means now we have to go down.
yes. Now we do have to go down. We can't just
No.
wait around
Sorry.
tonight. If they're not going every night, then we're just wasting time and waiting for the, you know. So we're going down the stairs, says. That is what's about to happen here.
Nash, don't you want to live to like a ripe old age of like 6,000?
I mean, she's already at a ripe old age.
Excuse me.
I
am
I'm
think
older than you.
still perfectly
Respect
fresh.
your elders. Respect your elders.
We are
That's what
both
I said.
perfectly fresh.
Asked from
what I do think is that children disappearing doesn't justify, I mean, a weasel doesn't justify children disappearing. You know stuff. You should be talking to the authorities about this.
I got idea.
What
I
do
think
you,
it's a rat.
right,
Sorry.
right, a rat, whatever, a rodent of some sort. I do think that, don't you think that he needs to go to the authorities and give them a list of every expensive lock that he has replaced that these keys could open, so the authorities can be aware of potential targets while we go down this tunnel, and then he can actually tell Alvaro about where we are?
Well, I think you should definitely tell Alvaro. I could go to Alvaro.
Says you're not doing that thing where you leave me to do the stuff. You're coming with me. You know I need you.
All right. Keegan, do you have paper?
And he hops over to the counter, sort of reaches underneath, pulls a drawer open. Pulls out a list.
All right.
He
So
just stands there and taps his hand a little bit, sort of thing. Backs away. On the list is sort of a itinerary list of the random names.
mm-hmm.
Is the name
There's about a
Karen on
dozen.
this?
So are these the places you've been, or the places they've already hit?
Those are the places that seem to have left town or disappeared. And those are all places that I sold locks to.
Okay. So thank you for this. Now we need a second list of everywhere that you've sold locks to that would fit that master key. Everywhere.
Oh, that's a way bigger list.
Yeah. So start writing. How do they know which are your keys? Which are your locks?
Hold on. I gotta open a thing. Boop, boop, boop. How do they know? Well, that's a very good question. I have an answer too. It's important. Sorry, I seem to be missing that one little step. Um. I mean, there's a lot of the city has my locks,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's more a factor of size.
What does that mean?
That means they have a big key and a smaller key and then a smaller key, and between all three of them and the way the skeleton keys work, they can get almost anywhere in the city.
So locks that aren't yours.
Well, I mean, yeah, but who's going to buy locks that aren't mine?
Well, I
I'm
can think of myself.
I'm a good locksmith. I mean, just happen to have made my own.
So, without letting him know that I took the keys off his table, do I now have magic open any locks keys?
Don't know. You haven't tried to open any other locks yet.
No, but like I saw them when I picked them up.
Yep.
It looks like the same sort of thing that he's describing.
I mean, keys are keys.
Okay.
These keys happen to work on this lock.
Okay.
I will let you know that you tried one, didn't work. You tried the second one, it worked.
Right. So I think I want to get out some paper and write a note for Keegan to take to the paladin. Of
Okay.
sort of.
Oh, I remembered
what
something.
we've
And he goes over, starts rifling through the desk again. If you're going down there, and he pulls out a map, you might need this.
Yes, thank you.
It's older parchment. It seems to have not been opened in a very long time. So when it unrolls, it's sort of like very stiff, creased.
I immediately look at the map to see how far down this thing goes.
It's less about how far, and it sort of gives you a sort of a floor plan of the area.
Okay.
What other things have you almost forgot, Keegan?
No, that's it.
Do you keep any healing potions on you?
No.
All right.
Well, do you have anything that could help us going down there?
Yes, we have the map. Do you have any spells on scrolls or anything?
Oh.
Not
I
that
could
I
probably
like
do
that
that.
magic, but there are people that do.
I could do that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot of spells. But, yeah. See what he actually casts.
and maybe a lantern and some rope and other stuff like that.
Crux, I have a lot of that stuff.
He is very academic as far
Yeah.
as wizards go.
Nesh has all of her bags. She's set.
Yeah, but why would we
We
use
could all
your stuff?
suddenly go camping for a month, and Nesh would have you covered.
It's good, but he's responsible
We're not
somehow.
going down. We're not going down there for a
mean-
month now, are we?
No.
He says, "You're welcome to." He looks around. Where did I put those keys?
Which keys?
I had some keys on the counter.
Did he take them upstairs? The sculpt?
No, they were. Whatever. Hold on. And he fishes sort of thing around, and he reaches down his pants, and he pulls out a key,
All right.
like right down to like to the right to the elbow, right to the belt line elbow sort of thing. So he's fishing around and pulls out a key.
If
And he
your
walks
pant
over.
is a bag of holding, I am terrified to ask more questions.
And he walks over to the first chest. Click, opens it up, and inside is a gnome-sized crossbow.
Cool. I like that.
It's a packet or a case of bolts.
Cool. Let me take
I mean,
the crossbow.
this will fit you, I guess, if you want. There's 20 bolts and a light crossbow size for a gnome.
Okay. All right. I kind of want to figure out how to. Well,
What else can we see in the map? Can you understand these scribbles?
Can I?
probably I can.
One sec.
Oh, I'm just realizing I don't know if it's still there. But Eyes of the Rune Keeper would have been a really good invocation to take.
Which one, sorry?
And I was just thinking that Eyes of the Rune Keeper would have been a really good invocation to take. But I didn't. It's fine.
So is this just a hand crossbow?
This is just a light crossbow.
It's a light crossbow. Okay.
Yeah.
And I can add it to my stuff.
You may, yes.
Cool. And
See if it
then
pops up for you.
crossbow bolts. Yeah.
Yes, 20 bolts. And you can click on the little magnifying glass on the map itself, and it will expand it for you a little bit.
Uh-huh.
This place is huge.
I mean, it was a whole, little magic cult town.
Pops said it was for gnomes, by gnomes, but I wasn't allowed to go down because the gnomes were dessert.
Yep, the gnomes
Did
were
you?
being fools, is what they were.
Delves too deep or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What is Tinda doing?
Tinda's kind of this whole time, her biggest question for him is this really your house? Because
You ask him?
everything's yeah, this is a good time. Is this really your house? Because
Yes. What kind of question is that?
are you sure?
I got it from my pop, who set up shop, and I mean he had access to the below, but we never went. So I don't know what's there. All I know is that's the map, and I'm quite frankly glad to be rid of it.
I can understand that, but it just seems like if this was your house, you'd have a little bit more knowledge about what's going on inside of it, right?
I mean, I can tell you exactly where all my locks are. I can tell you where
Can you tell us?
exactly all of my tools are kept. I keep a tight ship. There's this, and he points at the door under the stairs. This is what's caused me no end of grief. I mean, I'm curious about what's down there, and I'm maybe we can work out some kind of a finance thing to have you bring up anything gnomish you find.
A finance thing? Like, what did you have in mind?
Well, if you're going down there anyway, maybe if there's artifacts, and Miss here doesn't want them, then maybe something from the past. I mean, it's always good to know where you came from, right?
I agree. Okay. One other question too is how long has it been again since you your father gave you this house?
Pops passed about 20 years ago.
Okay, so 2 decades in this house.
Oh
But
no, I've been in here longer. It's just he passed 2 decades ago. We've been up here. We've been here 50 years.
50 years, okay.
I mean, I
But
knew about the below. I just never allowed to go. I never bothered.
you never bothered. Okay.
I mean, if there's
Hmm.
stuff like that, and he nods at the skull. If there's stuff like that down there, I'm glad I didn't.
I could see that, but at the same time, wouldn't you want to know?
I
Well,
mean,
now
I
I
think
do.
after
But
20 years, you just put up an actual wall instead of a door that they can walk right out of. But maybe that's just me.
I mean, if it's all cleaned out, why would you expect anything to come out of it? If it's
Spiders.
abandoned, why would you expect anything to come?
Spiders. Dirt. Dust.
Spiders aren't going to get through a door.
Ghosts.
Well, ghosts usually haunt the places that they died, don't they?
Yeah, that's why you don't give them a handy exit out into your living room.
They're not going to come all the way up the stairs.
I think we're wasting time. I think it's time to go.
Is he going to
Hope
deliver the
so.
messages?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back here and I'll guard the door for you.
All right. Did you have any
Okay.
spells? Or no?
I mean, he has
Does he have any useful spells as a person? Or is
he
he
has
kind of
detect
worthless?
magic, find familiar.
I have a question. If a spell is on a scroll like that, it doesn't take like one of your spell slots, right?
Correct. It
That
still takes
just
an action to use.
But anybody can do it. Okay. I don't know.
Anybody
I'm not
who
gonna do
has
it.
passing arcane knowledge, yes. So
Yeah.
somebody who has the spell in their spell list could do it easily.
Okay. So yeah, the
Cough the
question is
warlock.
just,
Cough.
does he have any fancy paper that he can copy it over to, or whatever he needs to do to just hand it off?
Turn it into a scroll?
Yeah.
Yes, but he has alarm.
What does that do? Is that the just lets you know if somebody enters the room sort of space? You
Yeah,
mark out a room
that's a
space.
good one to have.
Yeah.
He has alarm, detect magic, find familiar, and silent image. He is a first level wizard.
I mean, I'm just pushing for the resource, but I will let magic users decide if they want any of those.
I mean, both alarm and silent image are pretty good.
And detect magic, it wouldn't be too bad.
I will love detect magic, yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'll do it. And he starts pulling out drawers and fishes out an inkwell and looks for a quill. There's one, pulls one out and it's sort of like bent on one side. It's like, no. He fishes around, pulls another quill out, grabs a piece of parchment, and starts to inscribe a scroll.
Nice.
Should we rest a little bit while he does all that? Because I went down and y'all got me up.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to take a rest.
All right, so we'll do a short rest or a long rest. I mean, how long does it take to do scrolls?
I think it's an hour per level and 50 golden pieces
I think so.
worth of ink.
I think it's 2 hours at level 1. I think. Unless it's, I think it's half if it's within his subclass, which he wouldn't have.
Oh.
Oh, it's an hour per level. You're right. Yeah, I think it is an hour per level.
According to the Xanathar's Guide to Everything, inscribe a scroll on 40. 1 day of work for each 1,000 gold pieces in its base price. The average time is 8 hours.
Oh.
Mm.
Way
Weird.
off.
For spell scroll?
That's wild. That's
So not a
I thought it was way shorter than that.
Yeah.
No, I think it's shorter to copy it
Should
into
take
your
4
own
days to do
book.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it takes a long time the first time, but I thought then getting it on a one-use scroll was faster once you knew it. But I could be wrong.
No, I think the short thing that we all remember is to copy it from someone else into your own book.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I will look that up. While the group takes a rest, because now is a good time to take a rest, or at least a break.
Mm.
So
Sounds good.
you can decide if you want to take a long rest or a short rest, and this might actually be predicated on how many scrolls he can actually pop out. So let's take a rest, or a break, excuse me. Keep saying that. Get up, stretch, take a bio break, get some water, bring some snacks back for the rest of us, and join us again. Give it a 5 minutes or so, and we'll possibly be going dungeon delving.
Na na na.
the party has decided, through much deliberation, to take a short rest now. So they rest for an hour, get their wits about them, recover some lost hit points, and then are going to proceed into the depths of Zadarun. Who's going first?
If I
I'll go
have a
first.
lantern.
I mean, what I would say is I would love to send the familiar first, but it's not my familiar, so.
Oh. I don't know if Poppy has dark vision. Let me just see.
Does anyone have some light for me?
Kristen, remind me, Kinda has night vision, yes?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me double check.
Oh, it does have dark vision. Yeah, I can send Poppy in. I'll look at all of y'all and just go like, guys,
Goliaths don't have night vision either.
they do in this one now, apparently. In
Do
2024. Apparently. Because I do remember that they didn't.
I don't think they do, actually.
Oh no, they still don't. They still don't. I don't know where I saw it.
I think they might have had it before, and now they don't. Which is even weirder.
maybe.
However,
I have a candle.
Let's see.
what I will do is I will set you
Oh,
as a light
I have a
source.
torch.
Love it.
Bright light for 20 feet. Low light for another 20 feet.
Guys, I think we should go back because I remember like, early in the morning I was trying to cook some food for myself and it was it was near a forested area, and like if we don't go and put that fire out, the forest might burn down, and that's probably not a good thing. Should we go
Says
take care of that?
the forest would already have burned down with all the time that we spent. So, are you trying to get out of this?
Maybe.
No. Yes.
Don't worry. Old Crux over here is going to take care of you, and I give him a pat in the back. Oops.
Ouch.
All right, let's get moving. And so I'm going to lead the group.
Who's you're going to lead? Okay.
Yep. Unless I can get Poppy to go in front of me, but until then, I'm going to lead it.
Poppy will come and jump on your shoulder,
Okay.
and you can send Poppy.
Who's
Like,
after Nesh?
Give her instructions.
I can be. If people want me to be a wood shield, I was going to say meat shield, but I don't have meat, so.
Clay shield.
Do you have night vision?
I don't, but the torch is going with us, right?
Yeah, fair. I lit both of you up, so that you're both your tokens themselves are actual light sources. So we can just say you have a torch. So it'd be Nesh, then Crux, Tinda, I assume, and Saz at the back.
Yes, Saz will bring up the rear.
All right. Then let's switch the map. Cow.
Fancy.
Let's change up some music too. Sun Dappled Trail just doesn't fit.
Something
Or a
light.
defiled temple.
That sounds light.
This is no longer a sun-dappled trail.
Nope.
All right. So you should. I think I've checked everybody's sight ranges. Never been a fan of the around the corner thing, but you have a staircase, and it leads down into darkness and continues on that spiral path. I'm not sure if you can see the map still, or you can call
Yeah.
up the map for yourself.
Do
I mean,
you
we
want
can
me
see
to
a little
move
bar.
myself, or do you want
You
to?
can't move yourself.
What?
Don't go, but don't go too far.
Okay.
Oh, can you also put Poppy on the map?
Yeah, Poppy's
yeah.
with me.
Where did I put?
And I am moving sneaky.
Sneakily.
Are we all?
Sneakily.
I
I would
am.
hope so.
Oh, I can be sneaky.
Well then, I'm gonna have everybody give me a stealth check.
Okay, I have disadvantage.
Yeah.
I rolled awful.
Oh wow. That's a surprise.
What do we got? Oh, Tinda, super stealthy. Oh, Crux, you are wearing heavy armor, yes?
Yeah, that was with disadvantage.
Really? Oh, yes, it is. So it is. Look at that.
Yeah, I rolled an 18 and a 16. I'm like, ooh, good. I mean, with
Well
the
done.
dexterity bonus, but yeah.
But you don't get
I
dexterity.
rolled awful.
Oh, so it was a pure 16 then. It just rolled with a +2. Oh, that's proficiency, maybe? No, why?
Oh, it's a 14. But that's okay. I'm disappointed in Nash though.
Yeah, me too.
I think what's happened
and
is
our
I think
two sneakiest, stealthiest individuals are getting stuck on cobwebs.
I think we're probably
I-
just arguing like over the two
I was
of
just
them,
gonna say.
over
I think we're
about
just
Poppy.
bickering.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you need to send Poppy to the front.
Shh. The
All right.
devil of the depths is gonna hear you.
Right.
I don't
let's
think
see.
he's in these depths,
How do you know?
but we'll see. I know everything.
You do, though. You know a lot.
This entire staircase is shrouded with cobwebs and dust.
Yeah, this is how you get spiders in your house. This is
How
disgusting.
big are these webs?
Normal
Not very
spider
big,
webs?
just a lot of it.
Okay.
All right,
They're not like massive webs. They're just a lot of, like in a room that hasn't been dusted in 50 years. Pick a number off the top of my head.
These are so light.
What are you
It's all
talking
sort
about?
of.
They stick to your
Give
fingers.
me me a perception check, since everybody has a light source. There's enough light source. Anybody who wants to roll?
The bad rolls continue.
That wasn't too good.
Hinda's trying to identify the species of the cobweb spider that occasionally you see. So
Yeah, I'm
super
not
dark.
quiet, but at least I'm paying attention.
But Nesh, yes, you are paying attention. You notice a number of things. You start to hear sounds emanating from the chamber below. Specifically, chirping birds, rustling leaves, and cheery giggles.
Cheery.
All right. So that's not normal basement noise.
And it continues on. Turns again, and you can see a room that opens up at the bottom.
Okay, so if I take my thing and go down, I'm at the bottom of the stairs. I'm not in the room yet. And I am looking around the room.
Now, what you notice is a 40-foot square room, give or take, 10 feet or so to the ceiling. You feel a slight draft coming towards you from the opposite wall, where another passage opens up. There are two approximately maybe 4-foot diameter doors, circular doors in the south. The doors look like they're made of wood. One of them is open a crack and wedged open with a stone. And mounted to the walls all around the room are tarnished copper masks. They're about 2 feet tall and hang about 4 feet from the floor. And each one depicts a various smiling gnome.
Okay, that's not at all creepy.
And the chirping and giggling and rustling leaf noises all seem to come from the masks.
I think having completely failed my stealth anyway, and just apparently not getting my character not getting the memo from myself as player that we were doing this in a sneaky way. I think at that point Nesh is just gonna be like, hello, anybody home down here? And she's gonna do it in Gnomish.
Okay.
And see if the masks answer back or acknowledge the gnome talking to them.
Nothing seems to change the demeanor or the tone.
What's the facial expression on the masks? Are they blank face?
Smiling.
Are they
They're giddy
Smiling?
laughter and smiling.
Happy gnome?
Happy gnomes.
Okay.
Because those are the most creepy ones. Rictus grin,
I mean-
happy note.
I mean, that's how Nesh feels. Can't trust a happy gnome.
Who are you talking to, Nash?
The masks. There are masks on the wall here. They're making some noise. Just wanted to see if they were also listening, but it seems like they're just chatting.
Is it normal to talk to masks?
Is it normal to have masks that talk?
I don't know.
Rather.
I don't think so, right?
They
I
haven't said
mean-
anything.
Not a thing that I've noticed in my last 50 years.
Okay. So that certainly looks very creepy and sounds creepy. Because it is creepy.
All right. So, I would like to. Nesh is just like, hey Saz, can we send Poppy through the prop door?
Sure. I'll look at Poppy and just give her a nod. And she,
So I guess Poppy's gonna go in the room and head towards the props door.
So Poppy scurries off towards the propped up door. What is everybody else doing? Actually, you know what? You guys are way too big. I just realized this. Sorry.
Waiting. Kind of want some figuring out what Poppy sees before I actually go in the room, or if anything happens when Poppy walks in the room.
Well, Saz, are you staring through the eyes of your familiar?
yeah, I am definitely doing that.
Okay, so Poppy wanders down. How stealthy is Poppy being?
Poppy can be pretty stealthy.
Give me a stealth roll for Poppy, please. What is her creature type again?
Sphinx of Wonder.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a 16. Oh, it went straight to you. I don't know why it went straight to you. Let me see the setting.
Oh, that's okay. I like it. It's a 16.
Okay. Zoom in. Okay. It's like a storage room situation over here.
It is, in fact, a storage room. Did I assign you to be able to see through?
Yeah, you did. I can see.
Yeah, you did. Okay,
I
good.
can see a guy there.
You can see the guy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or
There's more guys.
kind of the guy.
Yeah.
Because it looks very similar to the guys that were upstairs. The guy that was upstairs. Sort of translucent-ish. A black cloak, but not quite a black cloak because it's also kind of translucent-ish sort of thing. So it's almost like a faded copy of creature of some kind.
Okay.
But there's two.
Okay. I will inform the group of this. And I'll be like,
They don't seem to notice you.
okay. I'll just have Poppy like make a round around the room, see if there's any other doors that are open, and if there's anything else in this room.
In the slightly ajar room or just the big room?
In the big room.
There is this other door right here in front, which is closed. And there are no other doors immediately in the room.
And what is this thing over here?
That is a passage. Oh, did I give Poppy night vision? I did. Okay. What does Poppy
Okay, that
see?
is
Okay, perfect.
that is a
Okay.
passage. Okay,
You can move her, right?
I can move. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I will let the group know that there's two people in this room here. There is a shut door next to it, and and the passageway.
Are there locks on those doors?
One of them seems to be locked. The other one is ajar. Like I can see inside of it.
Okay. But they both have locks?
Oh, can the door be locked?
Let me look. Um, Oh, I should also read you the description of that room. There's no evidence of locks.
Okay.
I will relay that.
According to the map, it looks like we're right in the middle, right?
Mm,
Yeah, the map.
yeah,
What about the map?
it does, because it's got that stairwell.
And the two rooms
Maybe.
to the south of the large room.
Excuse
Bless
me.
you.
Come to think of it, right here. They're in the door, the closed door, and in the open door. There are there's no keyhole in a traditional sense, but there is an indented cut symbol
Okay.
into the wood itself. Sort of getting a sense from both doors. They look relatively the same, but the symbols are different. The door is gear shaped, and it looks like that it possibly rolls as opposed to sort of opens and closes like a regular door.
Oh, I think Sean knows what this is. I don't know if Saz knows what this is. Oh.
Kind of give you a sense here.
We're in a Fallout game.
Kinda.
Oh, this is just a shelter. That's what it is.
Are we gonna try to go sneaky into the corridor, or do we want to go everywhere?
I gotta show you a quick image. Should pop up
Okay.
Okay.
of
Oh,
how the gears and the door sort of look.
interesting.
Is this anything like a thing that I would culturally know?
Gnomes are very often tinkery, and
Right.
this is very clockwork. This is very
Yeah.
culturally. It's sort of a. Of course, they did this.
Okay.
Um, you see that? Did I do that wrong? I did. Okay. And the letters on the floor in yellow are. I don't know if you can see letters on the floor in the big room in yellow.
No.
No.
Oh, weird. It's throwing me off because I put them on the GM layer, so I can see them.
Oh.
So when I look through a token, I can see them. So, all right. The rune actually is in the Gnomish language. It's a letter.
Okay. So I would be able to know what letters they were.
And anyone else with Gnomish, then I will pop them up. Here, token layer. There's a J on the closed door and an A on the opened door.
Okay. Well, I will sort of whisper that to the crew for anybody who doesn't have Gnomish.
I see these. Oh, wow. Okay.
And what does that mean to have a J and an A in Gnomish?
Yeah.
I actually
mean-
speak Gnomish. Okay, cool.
There you go.
I speak Goblin, which I don't know how close to or far away from Gnomish it is. But we know that these creatures are some sort of goblin meetings.
Yeah, I also have Goblin.
I have Dwarvish. Okay.
The gears will leave a wall, 4-foot diameter door, 6-foot thick, 6-inch thick wood, encircled with a ring of molded iron teeth. Encased with a double-edged beveled stone.
Now, if I'm looking at this door, do I think that when it gets shut, it's kind of a pain to open? Like, I'm wondering if maybe shutting them in there might be a chosen move to get past. Or we can just try to super stealth it. Or we can fight them. You know. It didn't seem like. What did Poppy see in the room? Anything interesting?
Yes, I'll get
Like
to
a
that.
bunch of chests and like papers and like
Oh, more than that. A dozen small cots and chests line the wall of this room. Cobwebs blanket many of the cots and chests. Small spiders scurrying about. 2 rough-hewn tunnels, maybe 5 feet across each, in sort of rounded, breach the eastern and southern walls, and rubble covers the floor near each tunnel.
Okay.
And there is also a foot-long iron rod lying in the middle of the floor with a golden tip, with enough light shining from the golden tip to cast shadows on the walls.
I mean, it seems like they're guarding their tunnels, and their tunnels are therefore probably where we want to be.
Are you saying that that's a secret tunnel?
I'm saying that we probably want to take these guys out.
Oh. You know, for once, I'm with you because I would not want to go ahead knowing that there's people that can come at us from behind.
Just let me know when, and I can try to start whatever, whenever everyone is ready.
I think at this point, I want to try to. So the things on the masks didn't make any noise, or didn't.
Well, the masks are still making noise.
Right, but they didn't react to Poppy walking on the floor.
No.
I would like to try to sneak into the room and kind of get good positioning. I don't quite know whether that is, but good positioning to maybe shoot through the door. But do it in a way where I'm sneaking into the room, where hopefully they don't look in the big room while I'm getting in position.
Fair.
And then there's nothing to hide, but I want to hide.
Fair. Give me a... Actually, we used your stealth roll already. Should we use another stealth roll?
I would
Since
love
you're moving
that.
in? Yeah. Roll it again. Anybody else going in?
Oh, I am not going in.
I would like to try to position myself closer to the door to get them by surprise. But I will
Okay.
probably move last. I'm going to wait for everyone to position themselves and then go. Because I know I'm not stealthy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand here to do
I'm gonna
like
have 10 to go. Oh,
range stuff. Should I also roll?
Okay. Tinda?
I was gonna go.
Same spot?
Yeah. What should I roll for that? Stealth?
Stealth.
Fingers crossed. Ooh,
Oh.
yikes.
So as
That's
Nesh
probably where I want to be to get the best.
sneaks
angle.
into the room, do you want a clean shot at the first one?
Well, I also want to have that hide just for the sneak attack.
Yep. I mean, you're in a dark room.
Yeah, so I guess hiding in the middle of a dark room is fine.
I mean, if it's not expecting you.
Yeah.
However,
okay.
So you're sneaking, you're hiding. However, Tinda and Saz both having the same idea to hide around the corner of the thing. Basically, we'll say bump shoulders with each other and make enough of a scuffle that the creature inside the room and sort of starts moving toward the door.
Do I get to move as I had intended after them?
And now that everybody has moved and you started to move, at this point, we're going to have you roll initiative.
Where am I positioned, you would say?
Yeah,
Right now,
wherever you
you've
wanna
just
be.
started to move into the room
Okay.
because you'd said that you were waiting for everyone else to position themselves.
Okay.
Don't forget to select your token.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, seemed to
now
work, though. That worked. And you didn't select a token. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh. Boo.
This is not going to give me anything, though. That'd be rude to me. Yeah, we'll go on that. And we're missing Crooks.
It's rolling very slowly. Yay.
Holy crap. Well,
Today's a good day for Crux.
Crux is up.
All right. Crux is going to rush into the room and position himself. Can I position myself at the door? Because the Sphinx is there, so I don't know if I can.
Could.
Oh, it's a tiny creature. You should be okay.
Okay. So I'm going to move.
Yeah, you can share the space.
Yeah. So I'm going to be right at the door.
The rogue is like, what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to do the thing and I was being very stealth
It's like
and then
super stealthy.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, just takes aim, gets everything else, lines up a perfect shot, and then chugum, 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 chugum.
I see the
Yep.
scuffle. So I move. And I'm
Yep.
ready with an attack. But I wait until the creature is near me to do it.
He's kind of right there.
Okay, I'll do it then.
You could, in fact, stab through the door and get him.
I'm rolling.
That was an interesting roll.
Oh my goodness. All right. What does the B mean? Is a B a 20? Because it'll stay there for a while. And I was like, yes.
The B?
Yeah, the B on the dice.
Oh, that's a nat. That's a 20.
Oh, so close. There's a 19 hit.
19 does hit, but you have to roll with a disadvantage.
Oh, goodness. Here we go again.
You got this, though. I have faith in you.
Me too. Uh, 11. No, I don't got this.
You don't got this. So you stab through at what you thought was there, and it was actually just a shadow.
And nothing I can do with the bonus action. So that's it. I just stand my ground.
Saz, you're up.
Okay. I guess I will. I have a really bad idea, but I don't want to do it. So I won't do it. I'll come here. And I shall, raise my hand and just reach out and pull what seems like this greenish light out of the air and throw it at him and cast Eldritch Blast.
Cool. It has bonus to AC because it is obstructed
Oh,
by a
that does.
big plant dude.
Uh,
Plus, you have disadvantage.
Plus, I have disadvantage. Nice. Okay. Let me roll with disadvantage.
I mean, you might still hit it. I have faith.
Oh, well, that's already bad.
That isn't bad. That is. Yep. Nope. A shame. Excuse me. And your blast goes into the room and disrupts some stuff.
I will send Poppy into a corner over here. Just fly
Okay.
above them to give me a little bit of a vantage point.
Sure.
And Poppy will crawl under the bedsheet.
Cool. Tinda.
That's my turn. Yeah.
So you probably know what I want to see if I can wild shape.
What are you going to turn into?
I want to turn into a skunk.
Ooh.
Is that possible?
It is, in
Easiest
fact.
skunk or skunk?
Now, do they have skunks down there? In central sort of jungle region? I think they do.
I don't know. I hope so.
Gotta make me look stuff up on the internet. Yes, you do.
Yay!
Southern spotted skunk is native to Central America, including Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Belize. And
Hey,
all
so
altitudes.
Okay, so Tinder is turning into a skunk.
Yep. And you just...
And I think we all know why, because I'm going to scurry up to it, lift my tail, and spray it.
Nice. All right. What is the... Come on. Give me a...
Is there damage for
5-foot
sneaky
cloud.
for stinky?
It gets a dexterity saving throw. To avoid being struck. Which needs to be very high. Of course it does. Okay. Now it needs a constitution saving. Oh, wow. Poisoned for 1d6 hours and blinded for 1d4 minutes.
Yeah. Nice.
Oof.
Nice.
Okay. Constitution. Fail. Because that was a very high roll for that one. So roll and a d4.
I'm sorry,
man.
roll what now?
A d6. You can do that either in Roll20 or D&D Beyond. has a little feature at the bottom left, I think.
I got a 1.
That's okay. And a D4, being the more important one, slightly more important one.
Still a 1.
That's all right. It is in fact blinded completely for a
Oh.
turn, and it is poisoned. No, for a minute, excuse me, which means 10 turns. So probably this entire combat, and is going to be poisoned for 1 hour, which means it has disadvantage on all its attacks,
All
and
right.
it can't hit you because it is in fact blinded. So it has disadvantage on all of its attack rolls, and
Get a
it
taste of your own medicine.
smells terrible in there now. Very skunky.
And if it's blinded, it kind of gives disadvantage on the would give us advantage, but we have disadvantage, so it nullifies the disadvantage that we have on attacking it.
Let me just check that condition. That is attunement. Cover cone. Condition climbing cancer. Blinded. Can't see. Fail an ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against you have advantage. So yes. It
Yay.
is stumbling, and so well done that. Now that's a 5 foot, so you've got now 10 to in. I have to find all these little tiny tokens. That's a good round. Anything? What else are you doing?
Let's see real quick. Can I? Is it possible to cast guidance?
Not in your current form.
Okay, well, I think that'll end my turn. I'll end on a positive.
That's not a bad turn. I was not expecting that. So well done, you. That brings it to its turn, and it's fumbling around. It's actually not going to do anything because it's fumbling around, and it just has no. I'm going to take a half-hearted swing at. No, not even. It doesn't know what's going on. The other one is a little taken aback to see a skunk come crawling in, and it picks up a dagger and tries to throw it at the skunk. And I think a 16 hits your armor class.
Yeah, I have 13.
And he does sorry, not claw, but it's a dagger. 6 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Nesh,
Still skunk.
still a skunk. Because it works differently this time. You don't you don't revert. Your hit points are the hit points of the. You just have 1 hit point pool now.
Ah, cool. Weird.
Nesh, you're up.
All right. So I would like to crossbow and try to shoot this dude in the face.
Give us a roll.
And so that's just a flat.
A straight roll, but
roll.
he still has cover, partial cover.
Okay. 17.
That is a hit.
Okay.
And because he has an ally within 5 feet, one of your allies within 5 feet of him, technically speaking,
I can sneak attack.
you get your sneak attack.
Yes.
Gotta
So
be fair. By the letter of the rule, there is an ally within 5 feet. He can't see it, but that doesn't matter.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And wait, did that do the? Yeah.
Did it add your bonus to your piercing? Yeah, regular piercing. Yeah.
Yeah. So 8 damage.
Are you using the light crossbow?
Yeah.
Because that's the D8.
Right. So
Roll
it
the
should have done
one.
an 8 and a 6.
Oh, you did roll an 8. Oh my
Yeah, I
god.
did roll.
Okay. That's weird. Yeah, it should be. What happened there? 1. Oh yeah, 1 plus 3 should be 4. Plus 4. Yeah, 8 total.
Yep.
Cool. I thought
And
you'd
then
roll a 4. And then
bonus action hide. Just because that's what
Fair.
you do when you're a rogue.
fair.
Even though he's blind.
Okay. All right. This how would you like to get?
How would I like to get him?
They don't
He
have very
just
many.
drops.
They have a very
Yeah,
sort of.
he just drops into a sad, smelly pile.
I'll embellish that a little bit. You basically curse out Crux a little bit. You're like, oh, Crux, and he's like, huh, what? And
Yeah.
you take that opportunity to just shoot just as he turns. Crux, you almost feel the air pressure of the bolt that it flies past your chin, catches the skull square in the forehead, knocks its head back, falls into a puddle of or a pile of half transparent humanoid, almost falling on the skull. So he's out. Burp. That. And back to the top. Crux.
Right. I'll take one step into the room, see where the other one is.
You can squeeze in through the door.
And then I'm going to go in that direction.
Clambering over the beds. The bedrolls.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to go around. But
well, they're sort of flat on the ground.
Oh, cool.
They're not beds.
So I go right
on people's sleeping bags.
Perfect. So if I can go right through them, I'm going to walk around him and end up on the other side of him.
Yep.
So I'm not in the way of Nash because I don't want Nash to be mad at me again. And I'm going to lift my sword.
There's a bit of a miasma of what's the element called? Butilmer Captain. I looked this up a long time ago, and it's never left my brain. I don't know why. It's the compound that skunks deliver, which is the smelly like sulfur kind of smell. Anyway,
I don't know if I have a sense of smell, but I probably see it, right? And I walk around the skulk.
avoid the miasma. Yep.
I avoid it. And we'll go for an attack again.
Who means?
With the sword.
With a disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you can get...
Oh.
Oh.
Do that again.
Ooh.
That's better.
Oh, I hate myself for stealing your crit.
I rolled a crit and I rolled a 22. I'm okay. I'll take the 22.
Right. I mean, everybody likes the crits though, and I feel badly. I was actually thinking about the fact that I'm pretty sure I stole the crit from you the first time.
And
roll damage.
That hit, right? Okay.
Oh, geez.
I'm slashing with one hand, so it's 9 damage.
That is enough. And you've committed to memory sort of how these things work, and you're getting you feel like you're getting better at anticipating where they are as opposed to where you think they are, and you slice out with your sword and it strikes true and it dies on your blade.
All right. I take my blade out, wipe it on my thigh, and put it back in the sheath.
In the RoboCop thigh holster.
Yes.
All right. So that pulls us right back out of combat, out of initiative. Which is a good time for us to actually call it for the night. Because I have some people on the West Coast and they're sleepy. So, does anyone else want to do anything before we end?
Sleep.
All
Uh,
right.
no, I think, yeah, we can figure this out next session.
Yep, I will write down anything relevant. So thanks for everybody who's watching.
Yay.
Like and subscribe. Yay, we have a subscribe. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Gracias. And let's do a quick round table to let everybody know who you are and where you can be found on the internets and things of that nature. And let's just start again right from the beginning and go around. So, Kristen.
I am Kristen. You can find me primarily on Blue Sky at Kristen Quip, Quip.
Oh, I gotta do the thing. And Sean.
Hello, I am Sean. You can find me on Blue Sky and the other app. But I am a TTRPG writer, designer, voice actor, musician. I have a couple of announcements. I think the Kickstarter for Defy the Gods is still going on. So if any of you guys are interested in a very queer sword and sorcery sort of game, go fund it. I'm very excited about it. I've written a small section of the book. Chris has been so kind and so nice to let me into a part of her world. Um, and I have a song that's just come out, which is a very bard in the tavern sort of song. So it's called King of Convenience. Nothing to do with the band Kings of Convenience. Uh, but yeah, go check it out. It's on all streaming platforms.
And they can follow your link to get to it.
Yes, it's all on my socials.
Cool. Laura.
Hi, I'm Lore. You can find me on Blue Sky at Lore. Hang on, they're different ones. Lore hyphen witch, and then you can find me on Twitter or on not Twitter. I'm not there. You can find me on Twitch at Lore_witch. And yeah, that's just right about it right now.
Not bad at all. Arnie.
Hi, I'm Arnie, and I want to thank Jasmini, who was there in the chat, who is the other GM at So Wars RPG, our combined channel. We have games on Saturdays, Sunday nights, and I'm also DMing at Hub RPG in 2 weeks on a Wednesday at 9 p.m. Brazilian time. It's the finale of A Pasión de las Pasiones telenovela, and if you speak Portuguese, you're more than welcome to come to our streams. There's no translation, so yeah, it gets a little tough if you don't speak Portuguese. And yeah, so that's it. And I want to thank Hub RPG for letting us use their template to make the overlay for this stream. And that's it. Thank you so much, everyone, for the opportunity to play with all of you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. As for me, I've been your hapless DM, subjected to the whims of players, and you kind of get that sometimes players will literally pull stuff out of nowhere and surprise you, and I'm here for it because I would never have guessed a skunk. But so that made me look stuff up because that, most of the time DMs pride themselves on having anticipated, at least they fool themselves into thinking they can anticipate their players. So I like the fact that you're keeping me on my toes. So, but as for me, you can find my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram or TikTok, CDN Cap America on the Blue Sky, or the other one. And I'm still there because somebody's got to hold the door for everybody else to get out. So from there, this channel, twitch.tv/would-be-heroes, is a labor of love that's been going now for more than a year. We had a Marvel game that wrapped after a year, just at the end of last year. And now we have not one, but 2 D&D games, with more than likely coming a third one to offset the Tuesdays that this one's on. On top of that, we have a Fallout game potentially coming, I think, on Sundays. Every second week, we have a Cypher System game on Saturdays at 1 p.m. And that's going to be sort of bookended on alternate Saturdays, I think, upcoming with potentially a Call of Cthulhu game at 4 p.m. on those alternate Saturdays. On top of that, we will have once every month on the third Friday, we have a break TTRPG game. It's a kind of an anime game. Meets Final Fantasy, and we have a Fallout game in the works. So I think that, and I think there's one other or 2 other games that are sort of being thrown at me to see if I can make those work as well. We'll see, but yeah. So when you have a channel and you've got a lot of time, sometimes it's good to fill it up when you have enough people that you can fill it up with, which is great. Doing it all yourself would be great. So I don't know how Arnie does it. Here he is. So And he does our tech stuff, so that's great. So this is all Arnie, all the recording, everything else. The music is inspired and reminded me, so technically I'm crediting him for that too. So, other than that, come back in 2 weeks when we continue our delve into the actual dungeon, quote, quote, of the abandoned gnomish enclave of magic something, searching after clues, looking for lost children, and generally going where nobody's supposed to go. So, there wouldn't be adventures in D&D if they didn't do that. So, other than that, again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe our channels. Like and subscribe everyone here. Give them a follow. If they have a Twitch going, open up a browser window and mute it. Even that's enough to follow the show along. And then from there, show support, give a sub if you want. And other than that, we will look forward to seeing you next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks. Fine.
Bye bye.
I'm not great.
Bye.